Hi lovelies, welcome back to the fourth video of the April Q&A series. And today I wanted to talk about this idea of, because I hear this question all the time, what do I do when I'm actually in it? Like when I'm actually in the thought storm, I'm in the panic attack, I'm so caught up in that high emotion, kind of hijacked, not feeling like myself state. How do I get out of it? And it's a really good question. And it's one I hear all the time, and it's one that I used to ask. But unfortunately, the answer isn't as simple as, here are the 5 steps you do, and it's fixed. When we're talking about this conversation of the principles, this conversation of what is more foundational and deeper that's happening in every single human being, we're talking about an understanding that helps us see life with a lot more clarity and simplicity, which usually translate into a lot more ease and grace in what we're doing, whatever what we're doing is. And yet, there are times, because we're all human beings, that we're going to be so caught up in it. We're going to be so emotionally either charged or kind of hijacked. There's going to be times when maybe it's a panic attack or it's some other kind of physical symptom manifestation of just a really busy mind and a lot of thinking. And we're going to wonder, how do I get out of it when I'm in it? And what it looks to me is that nobody becomes immune to low moods or to kind of hard times or being kind of emotionally caught up in what I'm going to call a thought storm, just for simplicity. And we all get thought storms, all of us. And while I can say for certain that the frequency and duration and intensity of my thought storms has been kind of steadily diminishing the more I've been in this conversation, I still get them. I still, like every other human being, get caught up in my thinking. But what's different now is that I know that I'll know what to do in the moment. Like, I just know that. And before I was asking the question, same as I get all the time from clients, which is, well, what do I do when I'm in it? What are the steps? What are maybe the technique or the tool or the strategy? What can I say to myself as a mantra? What can I try to remember? What can I say or do to pull me out of it quicker? And it looks to me like what we have is so much better than that. Because what we have is the fact that we all have innate responsive wisdom that knows exactly what we need in any given moment. And so sometimes when I'm really caught up in a thought storm, it occurs to me like, hey, you just need to take yourself on a walk. You just need to get away from anything you're trying to do, away from any screen you're looking at, which is all too common with us these days, and just take yourself on a walk. And can I say that a walk is a strategy? No, because sometimes that's the last thing I need. It'd be the worst thing for me to do in that moment would be to go on a walk. And yet sometimes it's exactly what I need. And same goes with, sometimes I need to go make food. Sometimes I need to take a nap. Sometimes I need to watch something funny. Sometimes I need to call a friend. Sometimes I need to take a bubble bath. And yet every single moment is A, completely different, and B, is something that I'll just know what to do in the moment. If I know that there's something that's gonna, see me through it, because it has seen me through 100% of everything up to this point in my life. Like every panic attack I've had, every thought storm I've been in, every severe low mood, everything that I've ever been in, I have got through. My track record is 100%. And so is yours. If you're watching this video, you have a track record of 100% of all of the worst times you've ever had in your life. All of the times your experience felt like it's too much. All of the times that you felt like, what's the point? And just feeling awful and low and sad and scared and anxious and terrified and whatever else you're feeling. And yet we always get through it because we have something bigger than our little thoughts and our little kind of human-to-human experience that we all get that takes care of us, and it lets us know what we need in any moment. And the only thing is we're just not used to listening to it because a lot of us don't know it's there. And so the most common thing that I tell people when they ask me, well, what do I do next time I get a panic attack? What do I do next time I can't get out of bed all day? What do I do next time I'm in a thought storm? What do I do next time I'm fighting with my partner? I point them towards the fact that when the moment's actually happening, if you take even just a second to listen, your wisdom will tell you what to do. It'll tell you what you need. It'll tell you whether you need a break or a phone call. It'll tell you whether you need to talk about it or kind of let it sit. It'll tell you what you need to do. And it's so helpful to me to know that all I have to do is listen. All I have to do is be open to the fact that something slightly bigger than me knows what I need, even when I think I don't know what I need, or I think I need to ask somebody what I should do, or what will get me out of my experience quickest. Because in truth, when we start to see that we're living in this energetic flow of thought, it makes it so that I don't really need to get out of it as much, because I see that what I'm experiencing is a lot safer than what it feels like. It looks like I'm experiencing life. It looks like I'm experiencing a problem. It looks like I'm experiencing a circumstance. But I'm only ever experiencing my thinking. And that's going to shift, and that's going to change. And below that, beneath that, beyond that, everything that I need for my health and well-being, everything I need to get through a moment into the next, everything I need for my thriving is all just kind of constantly there if I'm only going to listen to it. And so, to me, knowing that that's there is so undervalued in this conversation, because the need for the questions of what do I do when, or what do I do if, or how do I, whatever it is, just becomes kind of irrelevant. It's like, I'll see and I'll know when I know. And if I don't know what to do, that's okay, because I'll know when I know. And in the meantime, I'm totally fine, even when I don't feel it, which is the good thing to know. It's like, even when I feel like, no, I really need to get out of this right now, I'm still totally fine. And I'm still just a second away from listening to what makes sense to do next. And that's going to see me through 100%, because I've seen us all through 100%. And that's so, so, so comforting to know. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. We do have, I think, 2 more videos in this series. So please, if you have any questions or comments, either leave them below or feel free to email me if they're a bit more personal. And of course, I don't say names when I get these questions, so anything you send will remain anonymous. And yeah, I would just love to hear from you guys. So please be in touch, and yeah, I'll be back with 2 more videos. Take care, my lovelies. Bye.